brown sugar. How many of us have ran out? Well, I do. Even though I have a pantry, even though I'm usually prepared with my kitchen, I run out. We're having a winter. Yeah, we're Canadian, but we're having winter. So I'm not sending Andy out to get it. Not when we can make it ourselves. Yes, here it is. Finally, some of you know, some of you don't. Don't buy brown sugar. Make it yourself. And here's how. Okay, so this segment's going to be relatively quick because, seriously, it takes 0 time to make this. So I have here 1 cup of white granulated sugar. I am going to add to that, for a nice, typical, normal, medium brown sugar, you'd add a tablespoon of molasses. Doing a recipe, I need something a little bit darker. And because I don't use real dark brown sugar an awful lot, I'm just only going to make a cup. And because I don't like how brown sugar clumps when it sits in the cupboard, even if you have the brown sugar teddy bear or the piece of bread or piece of apple, it still clumps if you don't use it up. So this is fabulous because you get to make what you need, and it takes so little time. So we're just going to put it in here. You can do it with a hand mixer as well. Bring it up slowly so it doesn't shoot out all over your world, right? And it's going to incorporate that molasses. And in 5 minutes or under, you'll have brown sugar. Okay, brought you back, stopped it just for a second. Just wanted to show you. I'm in about 3 minutes. I'm just scraping down the bowl, make sure all that yummy molasses is actually getting incorporated. Don't do what I'm doing. You should always unplug your machine when you're playing like this in there. One day I might even show you why, because if it can happen, it'll happen to me. Okay, so like I said, we're 3 minutes in. You can see it's almost there. Make sure it's still up. Bring it back slow. And like I said, you can do this with a hand mixer quite easily. Did many times. Just got a stubborn little bit of molasses there on one end I want incorporated. And if you need it darker, add more molasses. You want it lighter, add less. Look at that. Check this out. I'm unplugging, heeding my own advice. Here you have it. Give it a nice stir. Look how moist that is. Can you see it? Bring some up to the camera. Look at that. Let's do a little sample. Oh, you know what? That tastes exactly like brown sugar. Do you know why? It is. That's brown sugar. Don't buy it. Make it. Save your money. You know what's inside. Oh, and that molasses, that'll last you forever. And if you have it in the house, maybe you'll use it to make some nice molasses bread or cookies, or don't knock it till you try it. But there you go. No more buying your brown sugar. Make it yourself. Kids love to do this too. If you're using the hand mixer, they get to hold it. They love doing that. Think back. Let me know what you think. Okay, so just like we made our own brown sugar, we are now out of something else. Not really, but I'm pretending so I can make it for you. I won't buy it. Icing sugar. We're going to make icing sugar. It's easier than the brown sugar. And you get to make what you need. Actually, it doubles in volume, and it's a lot cheaper to make than it is to buy. So let's go back to the counter here. Let's get it made. Okay, I'm short a cameraman, as you can see today. So we're just gonna do this on the fly. I have here 1 cup of everyday white sugar. Get it all down there. It's all gonna fly up anyway. Those are sharp. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Now this is optional. You do not need to put the cornstarch in. The only reason I do is I'm going to have a little more than what I need. And as it sits, you don't want it to clump. They also use it in the stores. Did you know that? So if you are cooking with icing sugar and you have a gluten-free or celiac person in the house, make sure you understand that there is that risk of that little bit of gluten, because we are using the cornstarch that you can use. Okay, just double check. So I'm adding 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Watch how quick this is. Just gonna have a quick look. Oh, be careful opening that up. You're gonna get a lung full of sugar. It's getting there. It's just a little bit gritty still. Look at the mess I'm making. That's the mess only powdered sugar can do. Believe it or not, the smaller your implement that you're doing this with, the better. Like if you got a bullet or if you got something that you make smoothies with, smaller volume works better. Oops, I know in my bullet it does not take this long. Ooh, we're almost there. Okay, I think this should do it. I like to turn it off first because I don't want to mess with this. Oh, I'm just gonna take the blade out. It's a lot quicker in the bullet. Like I said, the smaller the volume you're using, the better it seems to work. I'll just pour that in here. I'll bring it up to show you. Look at this. This is powdered sugar. Wrong hand, you can't see. Look at that. Beautiful powdered sugar. Cheaper to make it. Don't buy it. And whatever you make, you're going to get double the volume back. So, don't forget, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a cup of sugar. Off you go. And really quick in the bullet. Try the bullet. Stay tuned. We do have another tip. Okay, so we made our own brown sugar. I feel like Vanna White. So easy, so economical, so convenient, and saves Andy from running to town to get brown sugar when I only need a cup. The best savings, our own icing sugar. You saw how easy that was. The big blender was overkill. It actually worked not in my favor. Doing it in a bullet, it's just that smaller volume, or your smoothie blender, they work awesome, and they whip it up in half the time. So don't forget to make your own icing sugar, because if you compare the price of making it compared to the price and volume of buying it, I guarantee you this is going to win. So for my third tip in our first video of this series, I'm going to make a series because I've got so many other tips. Baking. If you're into baking, then you have a love for extracts. So I picked up the extract, about 2 years ago in my kitchen, and I pulled it out and I'm like, artificial vanilla extract. What the hell is that? Artificial. Here I am purging my pantry of all things artificial, fake, and bad for us, and I'm using artificial vanilla. And you know what? As a young child, I remember my mom pulling out her vanilla and opening that tiny little bottle of dark gold, and I could smell it, and it just smelled so good. And the artificial extract that we're using today doesn't. So I use a dark or colored glass bottle. It's not a requirement. You can do it in a glass jar. Just find one that's tall enough that you don't have to bend your beans. This isn't cheap. This is a DIY that is not cheap. However, what do you use in your recipes? A teaspoon? A tablespoon? How much will this make? How long will this last? When it gets down to where about I have my label right here, then I top in some more beans and top it up with vodka. Yep, your cheap vodka. Get a Mickey, get two, get a 26er. I don't know what you all call it in America. Get your cheap vodka. Fill up your bottle with as much vodka as you have to fill it. Take your vanilla beans, which are not cheap. I stupidly bought these at the bulk barn because I wanted to hurry up and get this video out. So 2 beans in a, isn't it so cute, glass container. $10 at the bulk barn. Like, I order mine from Amazon. It's not that much cheaper, but you're getting more for your money. So basically all you're going to do, some people do this, some people do not. Some people just put the whole bean in, and that's okay. I just like to cut my tips off just so they can have a little, like a straw, I guess, right? I just cut off my tips and work for me, bean. Work for me, bean. Get it in there. I'll shake it down. Got my little tips. Put them in because I'm not missing nothing of this gold. And I mean gold. It's in there. I just got to shake it now. Put my lid on. And because I added more vanilla beans, I will top it with fresh vanilla later. Give it a shake. Now you're not going to be able to use yours. You're going to want about 6, 10, 12 beans, depending on your bottle. I've done it for as little as 5 beans, and it worked. Just took a little longer, okay? So keep that in mind. So every once in a while, maybe every 6 months, 3 months, I'll buy a couple extra beans and whip them in there and top it up, depending on how much I use it. This bottle had gotten way down to like there, and I was like, oh no. So I had to make some more. So I considered it a new blend. I took out the really, really old vanilla beans, and I diced them up, and I milked those things, and I use them for a lot of my Christmas baking. This one, because I have another bottle on the go. This one I topped up and rebuilt October 25th, 2019. So it's only been 3 months, and it's looking good, and it smells beautiful. And trust me, when you use this opposed to the artificial vanilla extract from the grocery store, you can taste the difference. And you know what else you can do? You have herb gardens, kitchen gardens. You've got your vanilla, your mint. Make your own mint. Not vanilla, I meant mint. Spearmint and mint. Make your own extracts. same way, stuff those leaves in there, right? Let them stay in there. Give it a shake every day or a couple of days when you think of it. After, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, pour the plant matter out and you've got mint or spearmint or whatever herb you're growing and you want to make an extract for. Make your own. Lemon peel, lemon zest, orange zest. Go for it. Be creative. Let me know what you think. I hope these 3 tips help you in your kitchen, economically and for quality. And don't forget to keep an eye. We're going to be putting out a few more in this series as well under DIY. Please like, thumbs up, give me a comment in the video. That really does help with us, our algorithm. I hope I said that right. It's kind of like the aluminum in the Worcestershire word. So, and share on social media. You're helping us. You really are. Thank you for supporting our channel. Again, I hope these 3 DIY tips to start us off help you with your kitchen adventures. Later.